Yes, people, we are live. Welcome to Pros Only TV. You're here with myself, Roland. Ay, United, bro. They're doing this to us again. Match reaction for United versus Villa. Man, we got a lot to break down today, but let's go.
Drop a can.
Yes, people, back in the building. Got my guy Reese in the building with me. What you saying, my guy?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. How's your weekend been?
Yeah, it's been all right. It's been all right. Obviously, I'm sure your weekend didn't go too well. The thing is, as well, the game started at 12:30. So
Mm.
was it
I was
12:30 the
actually
game? Yeah.
Yeah, 12:30. I was watching the Chelsea. I was on both screens in it because I was like, I just wanted to
Okay.
see what's going on. But hey, let's start it. Like, let's start, man. I don't even want to. I don't want to break this down yet. But I was like, let me just do this today and then get out of the way. You get me?
Yeah.
But before we begin, I need everybody to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit that notification bell, follow the socials, all of that. Yeah, Reese's socials is in the description as well, so follow him up too. But yeah, man, let's start. So lineups, McFred back again. What are we saying?
Do you know what?
Man.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was wishful thinking, but I just so hoped. I was like, no, he's going to change it. You know, Van der Beek had a good game against West Ham. I thought that was it. He's going to put him in. He's going to prove to all of us that he can listen. And yeah, same thing. Exactly the same football. Same football that we've been seeing for the last year.
Bro, like, it's mad. So obviously Pogba was off the left. And
Yeah.
like,
did you
what do you think about...
did you know? Yeah, I noticed that Pogba was quite far left.
Yeah, it was proper wide, didn't it? It was like high and wide, yeah. And I was like, I don't like this, man, because he's got his responsibility. He's gonna have to start tracking back. And then Villa, yeah, Matty Cash, yeah, proper wing back, bruv. He gets up and down, proper up and down, yeah. And they were playing free at the back. So I was like, I don't know how he's gonna be able to react to this. This is gonna be like, when he had COVID and that, and man was struggling, yeah, to get back at his opposing man. And I'm just like, so Pogba off the left, and you're saying it works in some games, but it doesn't work in every single game, and it shouldn't happen every single game. And like, he's left Sancho on the bench, and that's 73 million pounds we're leaving on the bench now. What's going on?
Yeah, but I don't know, man. But obviously, he had such a bad game against West Ham. Do you know what I mean? And I think he was just, I don't know, maybe giving us a respite. I just honestly just think that Ollie's just out of his depth. Like, plain and simple, man. He's just out of his depth. I think he's got a squad full of superstars. He just doesn't know how to fit them all in. And I think that's what we're seeing. We're just seeing him just struggle. He's just struggling to put people together, to know when to go. And I think that's the reason why he's gone with McFred. For the simple fact is he knows what works. It's just like, do you know what? I know how this works. I know I can manage this to a certain extent. I think if you start putting Van der Beek in the pivot, I just think it would just go over his head. Just think you won't know what's going on. He looks so out of his depth, man, on that game.
Look, like, it's not just him though. Like, it's all the coaching stuff around him as well. Like, you see how, like, every time there's a big decision to make in the game, you see how they all huddle together and that, bro, I don't know what's going on. And I'm looking at this and I'm saying to myself, my managers ain't supposed to be doing this. Like, my man's supposed to be. He's always supposed to know who's coming on. Like, if the game isn't going according to the plan that you put out, plan A, you got plan B already in the locker. You shouldn't be like on the bench, on the touchline, talking about what to do next. And like, I'm surprised at the Sancho thing. And it's like, as much as like I don't want to put too much pressure on him, and like none of the fan base really should. You're expecting a little bit more in it, like, so I don't know. Like, when I've seen him play, he looks a bit heavy, like on his feet for whatever reason. So I don't know if there's a fitness issue there, but I don't understand why there's not enough, like, people can't see the way he plays. He's a proper link man, like off the wide. He's not somebody that we should expect to breeze through three players and cross the ball in. He's not that kind of winger. Like, he's somebody that will link play. And like in the few times we've seen him getting thrown into the side, if it's from the start or off the bench, it's like he's not on the same wavelength as the other players. And then you keep going back to what's going on in the training ground. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think remember we said this at the beginning of the season, Sancho's going to need at least 15 to 20 games, I believe, before we're really going to start seeing his quality. But does he have that time with that type of money? Do you know what I mean? And as a young kid, that kind of pressure. I was at the West Ham game, and you could see exactly what you're saying is that he was looking for the runners off him, the 1-2s, and that wasn't happening. It was almost like they was passing the ball to him to expect him to do something, like take a man on. Even the crowd to a certain extent were screaming, take him on, take him on. And I know what you mean. That's not his game. Maybe he's taken on. Don't get me wrong. There were times where he was taking a few people on, but it's more in the box rather than outside the box. He's not a man, like you said, to take a man on the wing, go past 2 or 3 man, and then cross. That's not his game, And I feel for the kid, I really do, because I think he's been thrown into a team and to a manager that just doesn't know how to coach it. It's almost like we've paid all this money just for your talent. We're not going to coach you though.
I think he's like they're trying to put him as the next face for United. To be honest, like you see how Pogba is the face currently right now. He's all over the adverts and that. Yeah. I think Pogba leaves at the end of the season, and then they bump up Sancho to be that next face. You get me? Like,
I don't know if he's got that in his character though to be able to do that, man. Do you know what I mean? Like,
But yeah, man. So obviously Villa started off with a back 3. They went 5 in midfield, and like basically they set up to try and counter us, overran the midfield, and they knew it because and it's so mad, we played into their hands again because they know that McFred and them, man, McFred don't sit in their positions. They love to search for the ball, and every single time Villa had an opportunity to go forward, they went forward. And Matty Cash especially, kept on getting in behind Luke Shaw before his injury. Now, talk to me about Luke Shaw. So since the Euros, he had a good tournament and everything like that. He's come back to United. He ain't kicked on. What are you saying on Luke Shaw?
Yeah. I think you're right. He hasn't kicked on. I don't know. What do we put it down to? Maybe, I don't know, he hasn't had enough rest. I don't know. Is the confidence of the team isn't right there? To be fair, we've only really been playing proper football against Leeds and against Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? Apart from that, we haven't really played good football. So I guess it's easy for us to just look at individuals, but I think it's more of a collective, don't you think?
Yeah, because I mean, I think
because there's no one who can you say right now that's really come back from the beginning of the season and thought, he's on it.
But none of them really, do you know what I mean? Especially that went on the Euros. So obviously Greenwood didn't go. He had his rest and all of that. But Luke Shaw hasn't looked good. We're gonna touch on Maguire. He ain't looked good since he's come back.
It seems like they did. Did they have a good preseason? I don't know.
Them two. I don't think they even had a lot of time in preseason. I think they had half a game, the two of them. But Luke Shaw was also injured before when he came back. So apparently he had a rib injury or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he came back for that one game against Everton, and then the start of the season was the next game. And I feel you're right. They ain't really had a rest coming back. But obviously he's injured now, and he went off injured anyway. And then obviously Dalot came on at left back. Do you think this is an opportunity for him to kind of stake his place?
I don't know. Dalot looked out of his depth, man. What do you reckon?
Hey, really?
I didn't think he would. I don't know. He was trying to make things happen, but when you're comparing him to how Luke Shaw is at his best, I think he's way below par.
But then, do you think he offers more than Wan-Bissaka on the right?
Oh yeah, that's not hard to do though, is it? You know what I mean? That's not hard to do. Yeah, nah, definitely. Wan-Bissaka, oh man, honestly, it just goes back to coaching. I just don't know. See who is coaching Wan-Bissaka, man. Honestly, the guy's one-on-ones is probably one of the best in the world. But when it comes to him taking the ball forward and making that split decision, he just hasn't got it. But you know what? I saw it at Palace as well. I remember saying this when Man United first bought him. I said this to my pal. I said to him, when Palace, I said, you know what, he's great going defensively, but going forward, he's not that great. I remember I used to watch him a few times at Palace, because obviously Palace is local to me, so I used to watch Palace quite a bit, and he wasn't. Do you know what I mean? Like he wasn't the Luke Shaw. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to whip a ball in. He's not going to.
But yeah, because the issue with that is that apparently United scouted like the number they quoted was like 1,000 right backs that it was in the database, and he was the number one pick out of all of them. And I'm like, I said this already on a previous stream. I was like, we pay £50 million for. He's going to be a Congolese international, bro. He's not. He's never played for England, bro. We paid English tax for somebody that will never play for England. You get me? And it's like, I don't even think it's a coaching thing at this point. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you know, when you hit like 14 years old, at that point, most of your technical ability shows. And I think he's hit that limit. Like, he's not going to, like, there's nobody that's going to come in and be able to teach him how to do the added part that he needs to do as a fullback. So, you know, because just from a technical standpoint, because like you could tell someone, all right, get high and wide, go beyond your winger on that side. But if he can't really cross the ball accurately, you know what I mean? If he can't link 1-2 with his winger, like if he can't just make the runs, make the decoy runs, do you know what I mean? He doesn't even have that in his brain. It's hard to coach that into somebody. So I'm not sure. And I like Dalot. Like, he was going forward. He was going beyond his man, at least creating options. So at least it's in his game. It's in his brain. Like, and obviously Dalot's going to play on, I believe, on Wednesday, we play Villarreal. So he's going to get a chance at right back. But I don't know who's playing left back. And the way Tellez played against West Ham, I ain't trying to see him.
But he's had better games, that's for sure. He's had better games. And you know, it is as well, like going on that, Roland, as well. Like if we're trying to get, you know, our ultimate goal is to win a Premier League or a Champions League. That's what this team is supposedly looking to work towards. So if we look at the teams that have achieved that in the last 5 to 10 years, you look at their squad, you look at their left and right backs and how good they are. Do you know what I mean? Going forward, especially, you know, you look at Trent when Liverpool won the league. You know, you look at Alonso, you look at Reece James, like that. They've got quality right and left backs. You know what I mean? That can put a ball in, but also go back as well. And
that's modern day football, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and if we haven't got that, you know, if you've got a deficiency in any of those areas, going forward or back, then it's gonna show, man. Do you know what I mean? You can't hide that.
Yeah. Let me get into some comments before we move on. Big up to Eagle Eye Football Rich, Popcorn Gang as always. Big up Paul Bacon in the building. Go and listen to My Football Heroes podcast on Spotify too. He says, evening Roland, evening Reese. Could be worse. You guys could be Spurs like me. I know I'm jumping ahead, but I thought Ollie's post-match interview was absolutely appalling. Crying about an offside, mate, it shouldn't be that close. I mean, Arsenal Pam Spurs today. Yeah, within the first 30 minutes, I was watching the game. I'm sorry about that, Paul. You get me, but I mean the post-match interview as well. We're gonna get onto like the pressure that is building on Ollie right now, but man, it just seemed like another excuse. Like, it's just like, nah, I don't want to hear nothing about no offsides and all of that. Like, we should be putting Villa away at home. I don't care.
But
like,
don't you think that's him trying to take pressure off the players? Because you know, managers have done that in the past. I mean, they try and complain about the referee or something else. You know, Klopp did it with the fixtures. You know, it was so he just tried to take that little bit of pressure off the players, probably. You know what I mean?
But like, you know, but where's the blame on himself? You know how, because like there's certain managers that do that. You know what I mean? They'll be like, it's all on me.
Yeah, come on, come on.
But he ain't doing that. Like, he's saying, oh, it's offside, it's a this, it's a that. So I don't know. I think Reese has got a couple of technical difficulties with the camera. But we'll move on. Maguire, another player. Race you back.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. Give me,
Maguire, another player that ain't kicked on from the Euros. He also got injured yesterday. Like, what do you make about his start to the season? The first 6-7 games he's played. Like, what do you think about it?
Yeah. I'm probably the same opinion. He hasn't had a great start to the season, has he? He really hasn't. And I don't know. Again, you know, he's got a brand new centre back next to him. Do you know what I mean? So that's going to throw things off a little. You know, he's got to build that, relationship with Varane. But again, like, I think we spoke about this last one. Like Maguire, as much as he likes to, he loses the ball, sometimes, but he tries to make things happen. He's not losing the ball like passing back to his goalie. I mean, don't get me wrong, his back pass with De Gea, yeah, that was shocking. Like, and we're lucky we didn't concede that goal. But I do feel like he's trying to make things happen. He does seem like someone on the team that is trying to make things happen, and that's only a good thing.
But then, do you think that our centre half should be the players that we're expecting to bring the ball out, right, and make something happen?
Who they meant to pass to? Who they meant to pass to? Fred and McTominay. That ball's going sideways or back. It's not going forward.
I'm saying? Like, look, this is the reason why I don't want them in the midfield, because I see it all the time. They hesitate on the ball because they're trying to figure out what's the next pass I need to play. And it's like a quality midfielder already has the picture in his head. They know where their players are on the pitch, and they make the pass as soon as they get the ball. But with them, they stutter, and then because they can't see the pictures quick enough, it's side, it's back. And then we're relying on Maguire to come forward or Varane to come forward with the ball and then picking a pass. If they make the wrong choice, they've got spacing behind them, they give the ball away, it could be peak for us. So I don't want to see Maguire doing that, especially him, because we've seen him lose the ball in them kind of positions. And I'm comparing it to Chris Smalling. When Chris Smalling had the ball and was moving forward,
I think that's an unfair comparison, though. But you keep comparing him to Chris Smalling, but we'll go with it anyway. I mean.
And but he's another player that's not kicked on since the Euros. And to be honest, like his Euros was really good as well, and he came back off of an injury. So remember, he got injured at Villa, actually at Villa Park, last season, and then obviously he didn't make it towards the end of the season. He didn't make the final in the Europa League. Came back in the Euros, and he had a solid Euros campaign. Like, he didn't put a foot wrong at all. It's like he wasn't even injured. And then you're saying to yourself, okay, bring that form into the Premier League season. And I actually tipped him to probably be a potential player of the year for the club this season, because he was going to finally get that centre back partner that everybody was screaming for. But as we said in the last game, it looks as if Varane's presence there has actually exposed him even further. And I don't know how that changes, because obviously now he's injured. It's now an opportunity for Lindelof or Bailly to maybe strike up a partnership. But I don't know. Like, what do you think?
And this is the danger when you bring in players, like, at the last minute of the transfer deadline. They don't get time to gel, and we've brought in 3 players, first team players, into this squad this season, and we're almost expecting them to gel straight away, and especially the centre backs like that. Look how long Vidic and Rio that wasn't overnight, Yeah,
definitely.
Same way with Van Dijk and he didn't play Matt. Who was the other one? Is it Alonso? Not Alonso.
Joe Gomez.
Gomez, sorry, Gomez. Like that took a little while for them to build that solid foundation. Even Rudiger and Christensen. Is he playing Christensen? Yeah, Rudiger Christensen. Yeah, like that. Even Rudiger, like he had I remember when he first came to Premier League, man. He was he was suspect, man. He was wild. He is wild to a certain extent. What my point is that centre backs, I believe it takes a little while for them to gel. It's not going to happen over 3 or 4 games. It's maybe even 15, 20 games. And again, if you don't have a proper season, it may even take longer, And I think Maguire is doing stuff. Varane doesn't really know what he's doing. Varane's picking up positions. Maybe Maguire doesn't really know where he is. You know what I'm saying? It just seems the whole team just doesn't feel unified.
Cool. I'm just laughing at this comment right now. Big up Sam Haynes in the building. Said up the Villa. Yesterday, I saw some videos like at Old Trafford outside. I seen loads of Villa fans doing the CU, like taking the piss out of Ronaldo. And I said to myself, this is why I love football, because the banter's funny, man. Like, it's just people can just go out, and it's good to see the fans back outside and in the stadiums and that, because they can do stuff like that. But big up Sam for the comment. All right, I'm going to talk to you about Greenwood. Yesterday, I saw a lot of opportunities for him to pass to Ronaldo, and he said, "No, I'm not passing you the ball, bro. I'm going to shoot myself." Yeah. And what do you think of him on the right hand side? Should he be playing up front? Is him being shifted out on the right like a stunting his progress? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That game was very surprising. I was like, Ronaldo's going to get onto you in a minute, because there was a few passes that he could have put through that he didn't, and I think there was one with Bruno as well. Can you hear me?
Nah, yeah, you froze a little bit, but I think you're cool.
Let me leave and then come back, because I think it didn't.
Yeah,
It didn't come back properly.
All right, cool. He's gonna jump back in, but yeah, Ronaldo and Greenwood, man. Like, so Greenwood, I saw a few chances where like he didn't really look for Ronaldo, and like I was saying it in the last game that it was a bit different. He was looking for Ronaldo, and then I saw a clip. I forgot whose stream it was that I saw. I think it was on Rance's stream, yeah, where he showed a clip of where Greenwood had the ball and he didn't pass the ball to Ronaldo, and Ronaldo was throwing his arms.
Yeah.
And
Is
like,
that better?
so I was just like, yeah, it's better. But yeah, I was just talking about how there was a clip that came out from the West Ham game, not the League Cup game, but the league game last week Sunday, where Greenwood had the ball and no, Ronaldo had the ball, and instead of him to pass it to Greenwood, he went and shot. And then you see Greenwood like throw his arms up, yeah. And so like I feel like to him, he was like, right, like I'm in the team. You don't want to pass me the ball, yeah? All right, cool. So now the next game comes when we play. I'm not passing you the ball. I'm going to try and shoot. And I'm like, I mean, I feel like he's been done a bit dirty with this Ronaldo signing, don't you think? Like, because I thought he was going to get a chance. I thought he was going to get a chance to like at least try and like go with Cavani.
Yeah, definitely.
And this season is like, okay, he's now shifted out right because Ronaldo's here.
Yeah.
Do you think that's gonna like do something with the relationship with the two players? Or
I do, but I in defense of that, I just feel like you're one of the biggest clubs in the world that are trying to win things. So this is gonna happen. Like if you think that you can come into the squad at 18, 19 and cement yourself as a centre forward, like as much as you're scoring goals, it's not gonna happen. Do you know what I mean? Like there's always gonna be competition for places, you're always gonna get moved around. So he needs to understand that. And I don't know where he's getting his selfish behavior, this confidence. Like, I was frustrated. I was like, what's he doing? Like, I said, Ronaldo, he done it with Bruno as well. He's like, he was just shooting. Even when I watched the game at West Ham, when he came on, because he came on about 10, 15 minutes towards the end, obviously the whole crowd, whole Old Trafford was just up when he came on. And he's done the same thing. He weren't passing. He was just like literally running down the line and trying to shoot. Like, he was just, that was his thing. Maybe, and this is again, we're going back to mad management. Ollie should be pulling him aside, even on a pitch, and saying, "What are you doing? You need to be passing. Like, that's Ronaldo there. Put the ball through." Do you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of just letting him on. If anything, he should just come off. 70 minutes should have come off. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just to show him, like, look, you're not.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't be doing that. Instead, he kept him
on. But then
on,
this is the thing, though. No, sorry, go on. Continue. Sorry.
No. That was it. That was what I was going to say.
But like, see with me, yeah, like it's when like some of these young players, yeah, they've especially in the last few years at United, they for some reason they feel like they've got this kind of God-given right to start games with the club, because it's like you see how
because we've been playing so poorly.
Yeah, but like we ain't been winning anything, or like the standard has not been the same, so they have that entitlement to feel like, oh yeah, I get to start in this team, and like it doesn't matter who's coming in. So I speak to that because look at Martial. He's had players come in, not as replacements to him, but just as added competition. You talk about obviously you got Sancho, you got Rashford now playing out the left. You've seen Zlatan come in, you've seen Lukaku come in, you've seen these players come in, and it doesn't mean that these players are coming in to replace you, but they will replace you if they're better than you. So you have to perform to a certain level. And it's like with Greenwood, we're seeing a lot of goals, but we're not seeing anything else to his game. And this is what I thought was going to happen when Ronaldo came in. I thought, all right, you've got the goals and we know you can score them whenever you can. But then you've got a player there who now you have to play off, and you've got to try and feed him as much as he tries to feed you. And I wonder what's going to happen in the next game when they play together, because if they're not playing up front together, which if they do, that should be happening. Like we should be seeing like a partnership like building where back in the day we had York and Cole. We've had Lewis Saha and Wayne Rooney up front before. We've had all these players. You know what I mean? Like they've all created partnerships with each other. And why is it that Greenwood thinks that he shouldn't pass to Ronaldo? This is the GOAT that some people's GOAT. Like you grew up, you had posters in your bedroom when you was a kid that this guy,
And more so, he's got 4 and 3 in it. Like so, like the guy can score. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a bit mad. It's a bit mad. Before we move on, let me get into some more comments. Let me see. Big up Lewis from My Football Heroes podcast, The Firm, when he said him, my guy. Big up Sam again. He goes, you need Ollie out if you're going to win a trophy this year. He's making some ridiculous claims and always plays McTominay and Fred. Yep, correct. We're going to talk about Ollie in a bit. Talk to me about the team, like everybody trying to shoot from distance instead of trying to work the space and the chances.
You noticed that, yeah?
Yeah, like everybody was trying to shoot from everywhere. They didn't care. Like Pogba was doing it, Bruno. I seen Greenwood do it a few times. I seen Ronaldo like taking shots when they weren't on. Like talk to me about this, man. Why are they doing this? Why is everybody trying to take the glory?
For me, that is, I think that's a red flag of a sign that the manager, there isn't much coaching or plan going forward. Do you know what I'm saying? For players just to be, because the way you're right, the way they was carrying on, like it was the 89th minute, like throughout the game, like they're just shooting from far, like 30, 40 yards. I didn't get it. And for me, it shows that what kind of coaching is happening. Who is telling what players that it's okay for you to be shooting outside the box? Do you know what I'm saying? Is this the game plan? It can't be. Do you know what I mean? Remember when we had David Moyes and he had about 40 crosses in the box against Fulham? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you remember that game?
Like, you see that game?
But at least, I remember. But at least we've got something. Like that's the game plan. But with this one, it just seems like shoot on sight.
Yeah. But you see that game against Fulham, that was the game we drew 2-2, yeah. And I remember, I remember this day because I remember I was in uni, bro. I was like 18 years old, and we was in a pub somewhere. It was a Sunday, yeah. Bro, I stood up for 2 hours just to see them crossing balls in the box, yeah. I was like, nah, this is mad, man. I can't believe this is happening. But yeah, man, you're right. It just screams of like nobody's telling them don't shoot, like, but it's down to training because we don't keep the ball as a side, and that's the thing I hate the most. We're not a side that keeps the ball. We were playing on the counter attack at home to Villa. This is a team that haven't won at Old Trafford in 12 years, bro. Like, and like with all the talent in our squad, and I'm gonna put this comment up right now from Lewis. Like he said, hot take. This Man U side is the most talented side that United have had in the Premier League era. Ronaldo, Rashford, Pogba, Sancho, Bruno, Varane. Someone like Zidane, Ancelotti is needed for this squad. And you're right, man. Like this is what I'm saying. Like Lewis ain't even a United fan, you know. Like but like just loves football. You get me? So he knows that, and it's the fact that people that don't support the club know that this is the most talented squad we've had in ages. It speaks volumes that everybody can tell us this year, and there's still supporters in this fan base, that will back Ollie to the tilt, when it's like we all know that if we bring in somebody who's just capable, of managing a squad of players like that, as this talented and has the tactics to match that, this squad is going places. This squad should be challenging for the Prem and for the Champions League, in my opinion. Like
we should be smashing teams 3-4-0, like, or even we should be scoring 3 or 4 goals each game, without a doubt.
I mean, yesterday was yesterday was a bit of a hard watch as well. Like I kind of was in between both games. And I kind of started leaning towards the Chelsea game because I was like, they play better football in that game, Like City were pamming them, man. And I was just like, I prefer to watch that because the way United are playing, you're making Pogba look like, I may try and make him look like Nicky Butt or something like that. You know, the one's there, just some dead ballers, And I'm just like, nah, he's not there for that, man. He's there as a flair kind of player, like, and you need somebody that knows how to coach that, man. Like, just to give, or at least tactically set them up so that the better players actually do their job. Because I wouldn't mind McFred, in the midfield if they weren't players moving forward on the ball. If they would just sit and just tackle, like break up.
But then do you need Roland? Do you need 2 players to be able to do that?
No, you don't. You don't. Like
you just need one.
I've always said that if we're gonna play the pivot, you could play Pogba in that pivot, but you playing with Matic or somebody more defensive minded at least, because And this is why, like, I was surprised that Matic played on Wednesday against West Ham, because it's confusing. It was like he just wanted to give him the armband so he gets a run out as captain, but it's more like you need this guy because he's actually a quality footballer on his day.
Yeah.
And so
because if Matic doesn't come on the 88th, if Matic doesn't come on the 88th minute against West Ham on the Premier League, we don't win that game.
Yeah, we don't. Simple as.
Because that pass, McTominay or Fred are not making.
They're not making that pass. They don't have the vision to be able to see that there's a player free where Lingard was to pass that ball right through and break the line. And it's like, yeah, I get annoyed when some of the fan base like kind of downplay what Matic brings to the side. Like they just think that because he's 33 years old now, he's old, and so we should be trying to discard him. But then what about Mata? Mata also is somebody who's old. He's not even getting a chance, but I'm sure he could offer something in this team.
Yeah, and you know, Mata against West Ham played quite well. Like you know, he was making some good passes. I mean, defensively, obviously, he's non-existent. Like forget about it. Yeah. But going forward, he's making some good passes, man. I mean,
but yeah. So I mean, obviously, Kourtney Hause got the winner in the 88th minute.
We all knew it was coming, though, innit? We could all feel it was coming, man.
But Cavani lost him. Cavani lost him on the corner, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like it was just so the movement was just so like easy as well, though. It wasn't like there was no screen or nothing. Like you know how like
but then Pogba was manning the front post.
Yeah, and it went front post, didn't it?
Yeah, and so it's like you're supposed to stop that. But it just felt like go on. No, it just felt like from the squad that they had given up. Like it really did. And I sent a voice note in the WhatsApp group, and I said it felt like Bruno missed on purpose because I haven't seen Bruno hit a penalty like that ever.
Yeah. Because that was a question I'm going to ask, but I'll ask it now. Why did Bruno hit the ball like that?
It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense why you would do that. It's the last kick of the game. Like, why would you do that? It did not make sense why you would take a penalty like that.
There was a penalty. Apparently, there was a bit of like back and forth between him and
Ronaldo was going to take it. So the video that I saw is Ronaldo's going to get the penalty, and Pogba's gone to him. No, let Bruno take it. And then he's gone, all right then. Do you know what I'm saying? And then what's happened is when he took the penalty and he's missed, Pogba's looked around at Ronaldo and Ronaldo just turned his face. Do you know what I'm saying?
But you know it's beginning to turn now, because you know what I said in the group chat? I was like, this is the beginning of the end, because I saw Ronaldo when Villa scored, I saw Ronaldo like he was looking up at the sky, cursing. He was like he was like, I didn't come here for this, like type of thing, right? And you know, people have said, like we had some people in the group chat saying that, he missed this penalty on purpose. And you've been seeing a lot of these little videos coming out now all of a sudden with players being a bit disgruntled. Some people are saying the players are downing tools now because Ronaldo's come in and said, you know what, like we should be expecting better than this. We should be playing a lot better than this. He's raising the standards of the squad and he's trying to tell them that, Ollie ain't it. But then we do get the penalty, right? Do you think it was harsh? Like when I saw it, it looked a little bit harsh, man, because the cross coming from I think Bruno, and then I think Cavani got a touch, but it wasn't like a real like conviction type of touch, and it just hit.
Yeah, and the defender's hand was it wasn't up here, was it? It was like down.
Yeah, it was down the side. Yeah.
It was harsh. You know
it was harsh, innit? But
maybe that's obviously Ollie's little comments about penalties the other day, innit? So
you're right.
maybe that was playing on the referee's mind, because these managers, they know what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? Like referees, they listen to these press conferences. They definitely take note, man.
Yeah, but like you're talking like he's man's like Fergie. Back in the day, how Fergie used to go into the referee's room, at halftime, just to shake them up, Then next thing you get a pen or you get 5 added minutes, Fergie time and them things there. Big up Rush in the building. He said, "What's good, lads? I think Martinez did a good job of getting into their heads during the pen." Yeah, when they was doing all that stuff, man was there. He was arguing, pushing, man, like trying to get into their heads. And I hear you in it, but like. Even Bruno's got what 93% accuracy in terms of pens. Like he's not. I think he's missed 2 in his career up until that point. So I didn't expect him to miss that, and he did. I was shocked because I was actually out like towards the end of the game, because I was like, I saw the goal went in. I was like, oh, the game's done. Let me just head out.
Yeah.
I was shocked to hear that Bruno missed a pen. I was on Twitter after come back, and I was like, so really he's missed a pen as well. And then when I watched it, I was like, nah, this is mad. But yeah, it's a bit mad. I mean,
it's I've heard some people say they're glad that he did miss, because then that way it highlights how poor of a game it was, and how much Oli is just incompetent to be the Manchester United manager. Like, we need to understand this. This is Manchester United, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is our manager. Do you know what I mean? Like, and he's got Ronaldo up front. Yeah, we just have to just think about that for a second, man. And the guy cannot take us to that next level. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad.
You know
I mean, we're gonna go into the Oli chat in a bit, but who do you think should be the penalty taker in the side? Should it be Ronaldo or should it be Bruno?
100% Ronaldo. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, really? You think Ronaldo should be taken?
Yeah, 100%. He might not be a better penalty taker, because Ronaldo's missed penalties. Of course he has. But he's got that confidence to just take the ball and just say, yeah, I'm taking it. Do you know what I'm saying? And let him take it. His confidence is high at the moment. He's scored every game. Why not? Do you know what I'm saying?
But then shouldn't this decision be made by the manager before the games start?
Of course,
he should be saying,
of course,
he is the penalty taker. Like, it shouldn't be left to why is Pogba even getting involved in it should be Bruno, not you. Like, it shouldn't be happening like that. It should be already said before you come out.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, let's get into this bit now. So is the pressure building on Oli? He's only won 5 of his last 11 games, and October and November's fixtures are looking sticky. I'm gonna read them out to you so that you just know what the games are. So Everton at home is beginning of October. Then we've got Leicester away, Atalanta at home in the Champions League, and we've got Liverpool at home that weekend, Spurs away, Atalanta away, City at home, Watford away, Villarreal away, Chelsea away, and Arsenal at home to end November.
Okay. And then what I'm going to say is, haven't we been in this situation before where he was under so much pressure, we lose against the crap team, and then we go smack PSG, we go smack, we beat Liverpool. Bro, it seems like it's just set up for Oli just to win probably 89% of them and draw a couple of them. I mean, all of a sudden now he's in the good books. Everyone's like, yeah, we love Oli. And then we just start losing again. You know what I'm saying? It's set up to do that.
But this run of fixtures is different now. This is because look, there's added pressure because you've lost this first Champions League game.
But so we was expected to beat Young Boys. We didn't. We was expected to beat Wolves. We didn't. We was expected.
Wait, we beat Wolves. We beat Wolves.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So we did beat Wolves. Sorry. Yeah. We was expected to beat West Ham. We didn't beat West Ham. Do you know what I'm saying?
In the League Cup, yeah. All right, cool, yeah.
Yeah, in the League Cup, yeah. And obviously we was expected to beat Villa. We didn't. So I just don't know. I can't see how we're going to beat these teams. But also, from Ollie's experience, it seems like he gets the best out of the players when we do play them teams. Do you know what I mean? Whereas when the games that we should be winning, you can't win.
But then but then don't you think that your luck will run out eventually? Because we've seen this happen. Yes, I understand. He's been under pressure before, and then the team all of a sudden they rise it, and then we win all these games against all these teams that you don't really expect any results from, and then he keeps his job or whatever. The pressure starts to go away in that. But with that run of fixtures in October, November, it basically defines our season. Because if he doesn't, because we got those Champions League games, we got 3 Champions League games in there. He has to. So obviously we got the one on Tuesday, and that doesn't count, right? But he has to win on Wednesday, sorry. And in October, November, if he wins those games, we're through to the next round, 100%, I believe. But if he doesn't win those games, and it's all in and around these very, very, very high pressure Premier League fixtures too, where you're against your rivals, where we didn't last season confirmed it. The first season in 14 years or something, we hadn't won away to any of our top 4 or 6 rivals. Like, if he doesn't do it this time, it's surely the end for him. Like,
I'm going to ask you 2 questions. Yeah. If he is going to get sacked, when do you think it will happen?
I think after this run of fixtures, bro, like it will happen in December because.
And then, like, right, so if do you think, are you Ollie in or Ollie out?
He's out. I was out in, when I was out, Sheffield United, 2 years ago, where we was look. So when that game, basically Phil Jones started the game randomly out of nowhere, came out of nowhere, started in that team. We were 2-0 down to Sheffield United, right? And I was like, this is Manchester United, bro. We don't go and match Sheffield United. We don't go 5 at the back for Sheffield United. We're 2-0 down. He makes changes. We go 3-2 up. So Brandon Williams scores, Greenwood scores. Then he goes back to the back 5, brings on Tuan Zabi, and then we draw 3-3. And I was like, in that game, he's already not learned his lesson. You started off with the formation that doesn't work. You changed it, and then you went back to the same thing, and you conceded again. I was done at that point. Like, and when I was speaking to my dad, he was like, he was done after that semi-final of the FA Cup against Chelsea, where he changed the team, and then Maguire and De Gea were doing madness, and then we lost the game like 3-0 or 3-1 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I was done then, but like, what are you gonna do if the team gets top 4 every season? If the team, they qualify for the Champions League and it's a respectable position in the league, the owners aren't gonna sack him. Like, the only way this team is gonna, like, it's only if the players decide we don't want to play for this manager anymore, because the players have the power now. Do you know what I
mean? I get a sense that that's happening now. I do. I feel like this is like you said, this is the start of a downfall. I get a sense that certain players are going to start switching off. And it seems like with United, they don't really make changes until it starts affecting the shares. When you see the share price drop, that's when you start seeing change in managers and stuff. But if results are, they don't care. Champions League, cool. Do you know what I mean? It's all money, isn't it?
But you want him gone now.
100%. I was, you know what, yeah? And when we had this discussion at the beginning of the season, I said, give him time, because this is Ollie's team. This is also Ollie's. He's getting a full run. You know what I'm saying? That he's had a pre-season. He's buying the players he wants to buy. He's coached how he wants to coach. There's no excuses now. There's none. You can't tell me about fixtures, penalties, this manager, that manager. You can't tell me about nothing. This is it. So, and the way we started the season, we can almost predict how it's going to go. Do you know what I mean? And we ain't, Ronaldo, he's not here for long. Do you know what I mean? 1 or 2 seasons. We've got to use him to win the league or win the Champions League. And if we're not going to do that, we need to get a manager that's going to do that. It's simple as that.
Big up to Paul for this comment. He goes, I agree with Lewis. I don't think you need a master tactician. You need a good vibes guy who brings out the best in talented players and empowers them to excel, like a Poch. But then people will argue with you, Paul, and they'll say, Ollie's the good vibes guy. He's the one that all the players love and all of that. And you would expect him to be the person to just say, go out there and play, lads. You know what I mean? Like, you know how, like, because like Fergie was that good vibes guy, though. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he was like he was also hard when he needed to be with the players. Like, we've seen it. Like, he got rid of Jaap Stam. He got rid of Ruud van Nistelrooy. Like, players that were at the peak of their powers at the time. He said, you know what? They're affecting the balance of the squad. I need them out. But for the most part, it was a go out there and enjoy yourself for the attacking players, especially, right? And you would think that Ollie, coming from that school of management, he would come in and do the same thing. And then I think it gets overplayed that he's such a great man manager. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I feel like for certain players, yes, he is. Like, he's put the arm around Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's looking a little bit better. You know, like he favors Rashford and people like Bruno and people like that. But then for other players, like, I mean, look at the way he treated Sergio Romero, for example. He's left in the summer, froze him out of the side completely because he didn't want to sign a new contract. Look at Angel Gomez, same thing. It was towards the end of his contract. He didn't want to sign it because he wanted assurances and all of that. And then he decided, I'm going to freeze you out, and then the guy left. Like, who do you think should be the replacement if we was to sack him? Like, who would you prefer?
The thing is I think anyone that comes in right now is a short-term success, you know, especially if it comes in the middle of the season. You know, I'd like to see Conte. Obviously, everybody would like to see Conte because, you know, he's a winner. Do you know what I mean? He's going to get the players going. He knows Pogba well. Do you know what I mean? Like he's going to get, he's going to get everyone running out of their skin. I think Zidane, to a certain extent, but Zidane's a bit like a Mourinho. He's a bit Marmite. You either like him or you don't. So he's going to take a couple of players off, and he's not a person to be putting his arm around and saying, I'm sorry, or let's talk about this. You're just out the team, and you're out the team. That's it. I mean, look, you saw what he done with Bale as well. So, it's only really Conte. I guess some people are saying the Ajax manager.
Yeah, Ten Hag.
He would be good. But then, as a manager looking in, are you going to want to come in right now? You're going to want to come in so you get a proper preseason, you get time with the squad, because you're just going to be judged on what Ollie's being judged on. Is the results right now? Do you know what I mean?
But any manager that comes in right now, I feel like gets a lot better out of these players. I think if we're talking, not any manager, but let's talk about the top table managers. Like if you're bringing in Conte, obviously Ancelotti's in Real Madrid, so no, he can't. But Zidane, you could say Ten Hag would leave Ajax in the middle of a season to join United. He probably would. Luis Enrique, who's the Spain manager, probably would leave Spain to come in and be United manager. He would probably do it with the squad of players that he's got. Like, because who else are you going to add to that squad of players now? Like, do you know what I mean? Right now, you add? They're saying, "Oh, we need a defensive midfielder." I think any of those managers probably won't need one. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's true.
So Paul says, "Don't do it, Poch, please." Like, Poch has got his hands. Poch has got his hands full at PSG, man. Poch, I've been watching a lot more French football, like since he's been going there, and it's like it's interesting to see because they won again, last night. They've kept up their unbeaten start to the season, I think it is, and Champions League is really where we're going to judge Poch this season. But we'll see.
Yeah, 100%.
Ancelotti, like Lewis says, or even someone with swagger like Mancini, like you see. But then you see these top reds here, they'll be telling you that. Oh, Mancini,
no way. City, no way.
See, Reece, don't do that. You're doing top red business,
100%. No, Mancini can't come to Old Trafford.
He can come, man. I don't care. He should come
and sit in the dugout after he sat as a blue.
I don't care.
Hold on, was Mancini the manager when he was, isn't it? He was the manager when they won the game against QPR. Yeah.
He was
we don't need him, man. I had nightmares about that for months, man.
Hey, you don't know. I got a good friend who's a City fan, bro. And we like another story. So watching the games, he's watching the City game, I was watching the United game, same time. And like we in the middle of our uni courtyard, like it's just empty space. And so we open up our windows, innit? So obviously our game finished first. So I'm just sitting there chilling. I'm thinking, all right, we won the league, innit? Like goal difference and all that.
Yeah.
Couple minutes later, I'm hearing this guy screaming out the window. I was like, oh, nah, please, yeah. Then I changed the channel over and I was like, nah, this is not happening right now. And ever since then, they've been the team from then.
Yeah.
But like you look at Mancini and what he's achieved, he's rebuilt his career, man. Like obviously he had the Inter spell where obviously he won 3 or 4 titles in a row for Inter.
Yeah. And what he's done with the Italian squad though, man, is amazing.
Yeah. That's amazing. Like seeing where it's come from, where it started. Like that team was like all over the place. A few old players, a lot of young players.
You could see from the get-go when Italy played, you could see this team's come here to win. Do you know what I mean? Everyone was having Italy as the favourites.
Different, man. Like, and so like, don't do the top red business, man. I'll take a Klopp now. If Klopp was available, I don't care if he's managed Liverpool. He should come and just manage United. Because at the end of the day, people weren't, even though we don't have no rivalry with Chelsea and that, Mourinho was a Chelsea manager, one Premier League title.
And more so what Mourinho did to us when Porto won and he ran down the touchline.
Isn't it? Come on, like I'm not gonna cry over that, man. Like at the end of the day, this is the business of football. You said it yourself on here. You was like, there's no loyalty in football. So
no, there isn't. But there's just certain things that I don't know. I just don't feel. Mancini, don't get me wrong, he's a quality manager, but I think there's other managers that could do a good and maybe even better job. You know, I think Conte should be the main target, but whether or not he is, is main to be seen.
I mean, like, because in the group chat, like, so I remember, I don't know what I said that may have kicked this off in the group chat, but all I remember was, I think after the West Ham game, I must have said something, yeah. Then like just people were reading off like just paragraphs of stuff, yeah, and they were just saying, "Look, I don't even trust this board. This board, they can't do this, they can't do that, so don't even worry about it." And I was like, "You're right. You're definitely right, because you can't trust this board to kind of make the right decision for the squad." But yeah, it's a bad one. It's a bad one. We got Paul for the comment again. He says Ollie's not good vibe, not a good vibes, man. He's just super depressing. I think I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I've had enough of him, to be honest. Like I told you,
he's lost. I think he's Go on.
No, go on. You finish off.
No, I was just saying. I just feel like he's lost the confidence and the leadership that we need, man. You know what I mean? I think he's lost that, and I can't see how he's going to pick it back up.
I wanted him to do well. Wait, I don't know what happened there. Technical difficulty. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm not too sure, man, what's going to happen with Ollie in the end of all of this. I don't know if we're going to see this, because I don't know if he's going to see through this run. Like, this run is just too far gone, I think, for him. Let me get recent.
Yeah, sorry, I was technical difficulties today.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the same thing happened to me, innit? They kicked me out and I had to jump back in. But yeah, man, this run of fixtures could be the make or break of Ollie. And certain man has said strap in for the ride. You know what I mean? Like, let's see what's going to happen. But yeah, just quickly before we wrap up, Villarreal on Wednesday, I believe it is. Give me a score prediction for that game, because we ain't beating them. We ain't beating them in 5 meetings. All of them have been draws. 3 of them have been nil. 4 of them.
Where is it? Old Trafford or?
It's Old Trafford.
Old Trafford, yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you know? I want to stay positive, and I think Ollie always just does bring it out of the bag when we expect us to lose. So I'm going to go 2-1 United. Cool. Ronaldo 2 goals.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I can't give you a prediction for that one, man, because it's the way we've not beaten them in European history. Like even the final, and I don't want to say a draw, but it's looking like a draw. Like they kind of come and frustrate us and come away with Old Trafford with a point, and it's going to put even more pressure on the manager to qualify from this Champions League group. But yeah,
that's the thing, is if it's a loss and a draw, then we would have to win all our games after that.
Yeah, we have to win all 4 games, and then next up is after that is Atalanta, home and away.
And they play good football, man.
It's peak. So I don't know, man. It's just I don't want to be coming on here every week, just on a depressed vibe, bro. I want to be on here on some vibes thing, because I don't want to keep talking about McFred and all this all the time, man. I want to see something different, man. But but it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, man, thank you for joining me on the stream once again.
No, pleasure.
Thank you to everybody that's been in the comments. The comments make the show, as always. Thank you for that. Yeah, back again Wednesday night for the UCL show, episode 2. So going to get a few different fans on here just to kind of talk about their teams in the Champions League, and then talk about just European football and all the other big teams as well. Friday we've got, Thursday is match reaction, I think, and match preview for the Everton game on Saturday. Then Friday is the basketball show, so the first one for the season. So that's going to be good, because season starts 15th of October. So yeah, look out for that. But yeah, Pros Only TV, big up to my guy Reese. His Twitter is in the description, so follow him up. And yeah, man, we'll be back again in a few days' time. But don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. We're going live so much across the season. We are out.
Peace.